Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna be building a new super heavy tank thing. So this is my last one. Holy game load. Alright, there we go. So this is the last one. It can tank 8 shots from the front, I believe, before you get to the seat and destroy it. I think its turret is like 7 shots, maybe 6 shots. So it's a pretty beefy tank, but it has two flaws. The seat in the back is exposed, or at least 1 block away from destruction. And the turret is not the strongest, so it generally just gets shot off. So I would like to improve that, and I'm going to make it not as tall, which might help. So let's start. First, the track layout. I think I'm gonna do something like this. Though, to have the length to have more armor, I might want to do this, but then I'm wide. Maybe I'll do that. I think this will be my size. Okay, next up, I need to connect from front to back with connections. So I'm just gonna do that. That'll just connect the entire tank up. Then we're just gonna fill this slot in. Actually, you know what? We'll put in some good old space armor. Just a little bit. Next thing, I'm gonna just put way blocks on the edges here. And I'm gonna make it go in. And I'm gonna do some fancy designs. I don't know. And some more weight blocks. Cool. Good enough. Okay, and then I'm gonna take and make connections throughout the tank, which will hold it all together. I'm doing this so that it's all strong and hopefully won't just fall apart on me. Boom. So I got front plate, turret, engines, and seat. Actually, I'm gonna do this another block forward. And I'm gonna do wedges all over. Alright, so the whole reason I have these here for spaced armor is they're not as strong as just panels, but there's like there's a thought that cannons shoot out raycasts, and those raycasts can bounce off of surfaces, so I'm having these internally, so hopefully the raycasts from the explosions just bounce off and do little to none for damage. Now I'm gonna fill up this compartment. Boom. And I have found putting a layer of grids behind the main armor helps reduce the damage more than normal. Okay. Now for the turret. Gonna put my aiming servo. Gonna put a weight block underneath. Boom. 360 keybind off by default. Great. Now I'm gonna install engines in my seat. So what I'm gonna do, put engines here. And I'm gonna put engines maybe here. Maybe not there. Cool. Engines, blocks. I'm gonna throw Triton engines in. I know they're a bad engine, but I'm doing it just so that I don't drown when going through the water. Boom. So that should give pretty decent protection front to back. And I have a little bit of rear protection, but a lot more connections than the last thing, so that's good. Alright. Alright, so far the turret's nearly complete. I'm gonna just throw some anchor pins at this level to hopefully protect against machine gun fire. And maybe slight cannon fire. Next, I'm just going to throw strong connection points up on top of the tracks, front to back. Just for more connections, and so that it's strong connections as well. Which is why I use weight blocks a lot on these things. Because that is like the strongest block against cannon shots. Anchor pins are the best. Except I've noticed against high shots of like 3 and above, anchor pins don't really stop anything, so you're better off just going with spaced armor. Alright, next step is the turret. Which is gonna be one of the hard parts just for designing. Why did I just hear sound explode? Okay. Cannon, cannon. Here we go. Oh yeah, I need to set the tire pressure to max. Just do that on tracks unless you're really light. Just set it to max. There's literally no point not to. Unless again you're really light and bouncy. Alright, steering mechanism, set my sideways traction to half so that I turn as best I can. Okay, and some tracks need reversed. Perfect. Turn, and then go straight. It's not gonna be the fastest thing, but that's okay. It's not meant to be fast. It's meant to be armored as all get out. Alright, this needs to all get transformed into those. Alright, sweet. Now time to protect the front of the guns. I think I actually need to make my turret more rear mounted. I'm not gonna have space if I make it front mounted-ish. Alright, cool. Alright, it's technically all semi-connected. Alright, that works. Oh, that works. Cool. So now my cannons are pretty well as protected as it gets. I mean, at most I can add one more weight block here, I believe. And it shouldn't monk anything up. Nope, cool. No, what could help would be some spaced armor, but that is gonna make the turret gonna blow up. But I can do that. That might save it. Alright. I also need miniguns, which I'm just gonna put in the back of the turret, because that's pretty well the safest place on a turret, is the back. Okay, I'm gonna need to re-add the seat. Minute. I'm gonna do some anchor pin armor right here, because I've been having this theory, if by the time you get to this stage of damage, they shouldn't have that many cannons left. So I'm just gonna install some anchor pin armor, which could help save me. And the reason I'm doing the miniguns at the back of the turret, because I have noticed that it's really hard to kill them. Because even if you lose your cannons, these guys are still protected by your entire turret. So they're extremely hard to destroy. Especially when done properly. Alright, no more C. Alright, mirror mode off. We're gonna come in here, make some minor adjustments. Alright, we're gonna put the seat there. And again, we're gonna go with a little bit more anchor pin armor. Alright. And turret still rotates 360, that's good. Very good. Oh god. Huh. Jeez-o, that flung me very far. I can't wait for the next update, because then I'll get 1x4s of this wedge corner. If you haven't seen the newest update from the devs, they're adding more wedges, so that's good. And we're getting finally more panels to mess with, which are these shield things, which will allow us to build with much cleaner shapes. Hopefully they still have all the same armor stats of what they currently have, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I will most definitely do some testing with them. And I'm not building in mirror mode. Okay. I need to literally copy and paste all of that. Sweet. So this thing's kind of got a bigger turret than the body, which is okay, or at least bigger than relative to the body, which is, again, okay. I am happy that the miniguns don't shoot the turret, even though they're going straight through it. So, that's good. The cannons, when aiming maybe at like an angle, they might accidentally shoot yourself. It's okay. But this thing is gonna be deadly. What is not mirror moded? Oh. Alright, sweet. I'm just gonna line the entire side of the turret here with 1x2 panels. There we go. And we're also gonna do the sides of the tracks. That'll just help with minigun protection and slight cannon protection. Also gonna cover the entire top of the tank with panels, just to help with cannon fires. Because if they shoot the turret, they're gonna do damage to the top of the tank, and I don't really want that. So by doing this, I can protect the armor inside from damage taken from the top. And I think it's causing some one group issues because my turret doesn't seem to want to turn anymore. Now I get the joy of figuring out what did it. And it could literally just be the panels on the turret. Nope. Oh well. I'll leave that open for now then. What I am gonna do is I have a little fun light stick. Wait, I need my tank still. But I have this fun little light stick that I made a while ago, which just shows evil on the lights. So I'm just gonna install that. This thing is definitely not fast. That's okay. Alright, back to mirror mode. Alright. Now that's done. Gonna cover the back here with weight blocks just for some more rear protection. Alright, so I have some complexity to spare. So I think I'm just gonna cover the top of the turret and panels. Or not turret, front of the hull in 1x2s. Yes, I know this eats up complexity, but this will protect me from getting minigunned top down. So if I'm on like a slope, or if they're slightly taller than me. And it's just extra cannon protection for the main armor. Throw some more panels up here. Alright, cool. 55 complexity. So honestly, I'm just gonna come in here and find 1x2 tubes. Or not 1x2, 1x1 tubes and just fill it in. Like, this is like pretty close to some of the best armor. It's just tube. Then we're also gonna fill in some anchor pins there, so that if they're low on cannons, I take less damage. Okay, so the game isn't happy anymore. There we go. Take some more tubes and just fill it in. Might as well take and put some more here. So there we go. This thing is lined with tubes in the front. I guess I can throw some more in the sides. Oh, we'll throw some anchor pins here. Actually, to do that, I would need more complexity to fully do it. So we're just gonna put the anchor pins up as much, just so that more minigun resistance. Okay, I'm getting flung. Cool. Alright. So there we go. Turret still rotates. Gun still fire. Blah blah blah. Seems pretty good. Alright, we're gonna make a save. Now we're gonna do some micro testing. I'm just gonna pull out the new tank because it has 4 cannons. And I'm just gonna start shooting at it. So 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot, 5 shot, kind of 6 shot, 7, 8. That's 8 shots already? Jeez. Okay, so the sea is destroyed, but that's pretty good. I also don't wonder if it's because of this that caused a major explosion. But otherwise, that's pretty good. I'm gonna test something real quickly to see if something's stronger. We're gonna pull out the weight blocks here. And we're just gonna scoot most of these tubes in these layers forward. Then I'm gonna put the weight blocks behind them. Okay, technically this needs to be spaced. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna save as and do it again. So it took about 8 shots to get to the center. So let's try that again. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. So on the 8th or 9th shot, it lost its whole tank, but that was pretty good. That's technically on par, if not better than the last one. What is that? Okay. So I guess I'll just throw some more stuff in here. This guy reduces its connection points to not very many at all, wholly. Might honestly want to turn that into a weight block here. There we go. More connections. And we're actually gonna rotate that. Boom. Alright, and 2 more anchor pins. Alright, save as. Also, I will not be posting this tank to the workshop. So, yeah. Also, is this having, it is having turret issues. Let's see. Because of this, here. Let's delete you. No, okay, so that just doesn't work. Alright. Yep, either way, I think with the tubes this way it's better. I don't think there's really anything else. And technically this thing's armor will get better if he destroys its enemy's cannons, because of the anchor pins. You also Yep. Then which version is this? Okay. Just gonna redo the armor upgrade, I guess. Alright, that still works. So I'll just make that the newest save. And we're just gonna rotate this again. Are you still happy? Yes. Not good enough. Alright, now we're gonna test the turret durability. So previously I've generally been able to make turrets that can survive 2 shots. Okay, this thing's turn rate is terrible, I guess. Whatever. 1, 2. Okay, that's not good. I don't know why I did that. Shouldn't. Really shouldn't. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's better. So, the guns are gone on the second shot still, annoyingly, but the miniguns are still safe in the back, even after the third shot. Yeah, let's give it a 4th. Yeah, no, they're gone. Okay. Kind of a little surprising, but also maybe not. Overall, this thing's pretty good. What about back a turret shot? Okay, back turret seems to be stronger somehow. Whatever. I'm gonna paint this thing up, and then I'm gonna call the video. Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I have finished painting the tank. That's what I'm gonna do for now. I gave it light things, low decals, and I put some letters on the side. I need to fix that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got cannons, miniguns. I have all you really need for a big, super heavy thing. I think that's all I'm gonna show for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope this was fun. I built a big tank. But anyways, thank you all for watching. See you in the next one. And remember, we're all Trailmakers.